Marvel Rivals has debuted their Season 1 on January 10th, a highly anticipated first true season for the super popular MOBA. One of the newest parts of the first half of Season 1 is the rework of overly powerful and slightly weak characters, a much needed change within the game. If you're wondering whether or not your main has changed or if the team-up buffs are any different, the answer is most likely yes. So many different characters have been reworked for this new season, and I have all the juicy details so you know exactly what has changed. Let's start with Strategists, our healers, which are your save-all characters when it comes to in-game captures and keeping your Vanguard, your tanks, alive. Rocket could in the future use an enhancement to his healing capability. For now, his healing capabilities, repair mode, will be increasing from 60 per second to 70 per second. Mantis will be a bit less fleet-footed, reducing her roaming support capability, Nature's Favor, her passive movement, boost from 2.5 meters per second to 1.5 meters per second. Adjustments have been done to Luna's ability to prevent players from abusing its healing capabilities, increasing the interval from switching between healing and damage in Fate of Both Worlds, from 0.1 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Jeff the Land Shark's adjustments to the range for his ultimate ability, so it now better fits the warning marker. In addition, they'll be increasing his healing capabilities. Ultimate ability, it's Jeff's range from 10 meter sphere to a 10 meter radius, with a high 5 meter high cylindrical spell field, also increasing healing of Joyful Splash from 140 seconds to 150 seconds. Ty and Tandy will receive an increase to their healing capability as well, as an expansion to the coverage area of their ultimate ability, reducing Dagger Storm cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds, increasing the number of dashes in ultimate ability Eternal Bond from 3 to 4. Next up, we have our backup, our flank assassins, and the power behind the team, which of course are our duelists, damage. Logan will receive an increase to basic combat strength, but a slight decrease to the additional survivability after activating Undying Animal. He will also receive an increased base health from 300 to 350. His damage reduction ratio for Undying Animal will be reduced from 50% to 40%. Bucky will have a decreased long-range combat strength and increased survivability in medium close-range combat. He'll have an increased bonus health provided by Bionic Hook and Tainted Voltage from 30 to 40. His Rotastern's projectile damage will go from 70 to 75. He will also have reduced area damage from 70 to 65 and reduced damage decay from 65% at 40 meters to 60%. However, he will have increased base health going from 250 to 275. Increased threat of Doreen and her furry friends and their ultimate ability. Addition of a new effect to the ultimate ability, Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami. The squirrels will rush towards the nearest enemy after bouncing instead of bouncing randomly. The Squirrel Tsunami health will be reduced from 600 to 300. The Weather Witch needed an overall increase to her damage capability. They will be optimizing the feel of her left-click projectile and the release experience of her ultimate ability, increasing Windblade projectile speed from 100 meters a second to 150 meters a second, and left-click damage from 50 to 55. Increasing Bolt Rush damage from 70 to 80. After releasing ultimate ability Omega Hurricane, the bonus health provided for herself will be increased from 350 to 450. Moreover, following its conclusion, the extra health will no longer vanish instantly, but will instead diminish at a rate of 100 per second. They will be increasing Wanda's combat strength when she's facing duelists or strategists, increasing Chaos's control fixed damage from 50 seconds to 60 seconds, reducing the percentage damage per second from 5% to 3%, increasing Chthonian Burst's projectile damage from 30 to 35. They are slightly increasing the damage capability of Frank's shotgun for the Punisher, slightly reducing the spread of Deliverance. They will be providing more options for other heroes to counter the Demon Slayer's ultimate. Now the ultimate ability, Dance of the Butterfly, will check for barriers, including Magneto's Metal Bulwark, Hulk's Indestructible Guard, etc. They are optimizing the throwing feel of Namor's eggs, adjusting the throwing feel of Monster Spawn and Furzin Spawn. Namor can more accurately now throw them to the desired location. The Hand of Khonshu will receive a slight increase to the threat of his ultimate ability, increasing the number of talons generated by his ultimate ability, Hand of Khonshu, from 10 to 14, increasing the explosion radius of each talon from 4 meters to 5 meters. The Queen of Limbo definitely needed an increase to her threat after unleashing her ultimate ability. Umbral Incursion damage will be increased in Darkchild from 115 to 135. The Goddess of Death has been a menace, and they will slightly decrease her combat strength, reducing base health from 275 to 250. His medium-long range damage capability will be decreased, reducing the threatening combat radius, and slightly improving the close combat resistance for the Avenging Archer. They slightly reduce the spread of angle between every 2 blast arrows, reducing the triggering distance of the passive ability Archer's Focus from 60 meters to 40 meters, reducing the maximum additional damage of the passive from 80 to 70. Natasha was very much in need of optimization when evaluating the release experience of her abilities, as well as slightly increased the threat of her ultimate ability. The range of the first effect of Edge Dancer will be increased from a 3-meter radius to a 5-meter radius, reducing the time required for Fleetfoot to recover from 0 stamina to full from 12 seconds to 4 seconds, reducing the time required for the ultimate ability Electroplasm Explosion to reach maximum power from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. They are slightly decreasing T'Challa's combat survivability, reducing the additional health provided to self after refreshing Vibranium marks with Spirit Rend from 40 to 30, and the upper limit of the additional health provided from 120 to 75. Lastly, we have the heroes on the front lines. The push that wins it all, Vanguards, our tanks. With increased survivability and the threat of his ultimate ability, the Symbiote Menace will strike fear into the backlines of all enemy teams. They will be increasing the Symbiotic Resilience bonus health ratio gained per lost health point from 1 to 1.2, and increasing the base damage of his ultimate ability, Feast of the Abyss, from 40 to 50. Dr. Banner has been dominant, but some decreased sustained combat capability upon entering the battlefield will bring him more in line with other Vanguards, reducing the Indestructible Guard Gamma Shield value for Hero Hulk from 250 to 200. The God of Thunder could use some slightly increased survivability and improve the success rate to his ultimate ability, increasing base health from 500 to 525, added immunity to control effects during his ultimate ability, God of Thunder. They will be reducing the threat range and increasing the defense window of the Sorcerer Supreme, adding damage falloff to Maelstrom of Madness and Gamma Maelstrom, starting at 5 meters and reducing to 70% at 8 meters, and decreasing the shield value recovery rate after releasing Shield of Seraphim from 80 seconds to 70 seconds. Steve will receive some enhanced survivability, allowing more frequent entering and exiting of combat, reducing the delay time for shield restoration after releasing Living Legend from 3 seconds to 2 seconds, reducing Liberty Rush cooldown from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, increasing base health from 650 to 675, reducing the energy cost for releasing his ultimate ability, Freedom Charge, from 3400 to 3100, reducing the additional health provided per second to self after releasing it from 110 to 100. The team has said regarding season bonuses and team-ups, we'd like to clarify that given the brief duration of Season 0 and everyone's recent acclimatization to Marvel Rivals, we will not make extensive changes to or adjust team-up abilities in Season 1. Instead, we will make minor adjustments to the existing team-up values. Fear not, for we are planning exciting redesigns and adjustments to team-up abilities in Season 2. So we do know for sure that these small changes will be seeing some bigger changes in the future with Season 2 rolling out in April. With some of these buffs and reductions, we should see some interesting gameplay amongst players who are wanting a little bit more of a change with some of their mains. I'll be keeping you updated as the season progresses and if any changes end up happening towards the middle and end of Season 1. Until then, I'll be enjoying this new season with the new little changes and figuring out the best places to put my Mines' Penny on the new Midtown map. Don't forget to like and subscribe.